I'd like to share a framework for you on the stages of personal growth from discovery all the way up to mastery and then to virtue. So here's what it looks like. At the very beginning, you get your assessment, you get your results, and it's an aha. Oh, I've got strengths and here's what they are. The next stage is you learn what they mean. You understand what each of those strengths mean and the range that they might fall into. The third level is that you begin to experience them and begin to tie your emotions and your feelings to when you're activated and when you're drained, and you're making the connection. Oh, this is what that strength feels like when I'm excited or when I'm engaged, or this is what it feels like when I feel drained or stressed. The next level is watching your strengths in their extremes, that kryptonite. What does it look like when you push too hard? What does it look like when you lose the awareness of those around you because you are so engaged? The next level above that is learning how to stay in your sweet spot even when you're under pressure. Then we reach the mastery level where it's second nature, and like a professional athlete or a musician, you can stay in that sweet spot and play to your strengths when you determine. Now I'm going to share a story of how we began to discover that there's a level beyond just mastery and success. It's to virtue. I work with an individual in the Middle East. He's young and successful. He earns a high six-figure and sometimes seven-figure income. He's in large ticket sales, and his strengths include competition, significance, activator, relator, and arranger. It's a great combination for what he does, and he's masterful in it. During a period of time when their company was in transition between products and he wasn't able to sell anything, he was down in the dumps. So we had a discussion about how to play in your strengths even under these conditions. Then he began to share his secret formula of sales, which is building trust with his relator, looking at the options on how the solution will benefit this individual with his arranger, and then closing the deal with competition. I said, David, that's masterful, and I can see how it leads to success, but it doesn't lead to virtue. And he was curious. So we talked about what that might be, and we looked at his relator strength. I shared with him that relator at its best is a genuine friend. Well, a couple weeks we reconnected, and he shared the story, and he said this changed his life. There's a particular restaurant he loves to go to because of the service of one particular waiter, but he had never gotten to know him. So he asked the waiter to sit down and share his story, and in sharing the story, also shared some challenges, which David very naturally and kindly gave some advice that was great advice for the young person, but they built a friendship out of it. He came back to me and said, that felt so good. And I said, of course, you were tapping into the true nature of relator, which is that genuine friend. And there's another happy end to the story. David considered himself to be a ladies' man, and again, using his strengths for his own personal benefit was his trade. However, in understanding this, he soon found an individual that he built a deep relationship with, and now they're married. This ladder of discovery takes time, and there's stages, but I want you to know what those stages are so you can set your sights on how to grow into that next stage and discover the underlying trait of who we are at our best. If you're interested in learning more about this ladder or from mastery to virtue, please reach out. We've got training on it. I coach a lot of people on helping them become their best, and we talk about the ladder and we talk about mastery to virtue. Take care.